On a cold February night in 2019, the final battle against the so-called Islamic State was set to begin. The Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces, SDF, backed by relentless coalition airstrikes, launched an all-out offensive to clear the Baghdadi pocket, the last ISIS stronghold in Iraq and Syria. For 7 grueling weeks, the SDF fought street by street, enduring suicide bombers, ambushes, and relentless resistance. But on March 23, 2019, the tide of history turned. The SDF flag was raised over Baghdadi, officially marking the end of ISIS's 5-year-long caliphate. Yet, while the so-called caliphate had fallen, its infamous leader, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, remained in the shadows, evading capture. The hunt for the world's most wanted terrorist was far from over. Since 2014, when Baghdadi publicly declared himself the leader of ISIS, intelligence agencies had been tracking his movements. Leads emerged, but none led to his capture. Then, in 2018, a breakthrough. US, Turkish, and Iraqi forces captured 5 high-ranking ISIS leaders. Under interrogation, they revealed crucial intelligence, narrowing down potential hiding spots. By mid-2019, intelligence pointed to an unexpected location, Idlib Province in northwestern Syria. It was controlled not by ISIS, but by rival jihadist groups. A surprising twist came when one of Baghdadi's own security advisors, disillusioned by ISIS's brutality, secretly reached out to the SDF. By July 2019, he had confirmed Baghdadi's new hiding place, a heavily fortified compound outside Barisha. He provided everything: blueprints, tunnel networks, security details. But US officials needed proof. To confirm Baghdadi's presence, the informant smuggled out a piece of his clothing and a blood sample. DNA analysis was conclusive. This was their target. With confirmation in hand, US Central Command, CENTCOM, placed the compound under 24/7 surveillance. CIA operatives gathered intelligence on the ground, while planners in Washington, D.C. and the Middle East drafted an execution-level operation. Given the volatile region, with al-Qaeda affiliates, Turkish-backed rebels, and Russian-supported Syrian forces nearby, any misstep could trigger an international crisis. In Erbil, northern Iraq, a full-scale replica of the compound was built. For weeks, elite operators rehearsed every possible scenario. Twice, the mission was postponed. But by late October, conditions were perfect. On October 26, 2019, the mission was a go. The assault force, Task Force 814, named in honor of Kayla Mueller, an American aid worker killed by ISIS, was ready. 8 helicopters, including CH-47 Chinooks and MH-60 Blackhawks, lifted off, carrying 70 elite special operations personnel. They were supported by F-15 fighter jets, MQ-9 Reaper drones, MC-130J Commando II tankers, and even US Navy warships in the Persian Gulf. Flying low and fast, the helicopters maneuvered through hostile airspace, dodging potential threats. As they neared Barisha, militants opened fire. The Blackhawks responded with overwhelming force. The Chinooks descended, kicking up dust as Delta Force and Army Rangers stormed the perimeter. Through a loudspeaker, an interpreter called for surrender. 11 children and multiple civilians emerged and were moved to safety. But Baghdadi was nowhere in sight. Delta operators breached the compound, avoiding the booby-trapped entrance by blasting through a wall. Inside, they encountered and eliminated 5 armed ISIS fighters, including 2 women wearing suicide vests. 2 male detainees were captured for interrogation. Suddenly, Baghdadi made a break for it. Grabbing 2 children, he ran into a tunnel, but Delta operators had a secret weapon. Conan, a highly trained Belgian Malinois, pursued him. Trapped at a dead end, Baghdadi detonated his suicide vest, killing himself and the 2 children. Minutes later, DNA tests confirmed it. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi was dead. Back in the White House Situation Room, the radio crackled. Jackpot, the mission was a success. Task Force 814 gathered intelligence, hard drives, cell phones, documents, before leveling the compound with precision airstrikes. By 3:30 a.m., the helicopters lifted off, leaving nothing behind but ruin. The next morning, the world awoke to the news. The United States has brought the world's #1 terrorist leader to justice. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. No US personnel were killed, though 2 were wounded.
Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead.
Conan, the heroic military dog, was slightly injured but later received a hero's welcome at the White House. Operation Kayla Mueller was a resounding success, a testament to the relentless pursuit of justice for the victims of ISIS, for those who suffered under Baghdadi's reign, and for the countless lives saved by his removal. Justice had been served.